Hello. Happy Thursday, everybody. Good to see all of you. If you're coming on to Facebook Live, let me know who you are, where you're from. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Stacy Portugal, and I'm a weight loss coach, and my site is stacyportugal.com. So you can get some more of these great tips just by going on my site. So today I wanted to give you 3 quick tips to sort of get rid of that summer bloat. I don't know where you live, but where I live, I'm starting to feel the air is starting to feel like fall is coming very soon. Kids are going back to school, all the back to school sales going on, kids going back to college. And fall is obviously a time where we're kind of transitioning. So in the spirit of transitioning, we definitely want to feel our best and to go ahead and, approach the holidays coming from a good, healthy place, as opposed to feeling that summer bloat and then letting it roll into the holidays, and then we're going away for the holidays possibly, and then the new year comes and you're just in a really bad place. So we're going to talk about 3 quick tips to get rid of that summer bloat. And the question is, of course, how do you want to feel this fall? And how do you want to roll into holiday season? So, perhaps your jeans are feeling kind of tight, or you're feeling like super bloated, or your digestion is just way off. And I know for me in the summer, definitely we tend to eat out a lot more. We have this sort of vacation mentality. And the truth of the matter is that's really great and it's really fun and it's important to enjoy life. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we are feeling our best. And it's part of maintaining a healthy weight, maintaining healthy digestion, and your health overall. So you want to definitely keep your weight in line. And sometimes that means kind of pulling back just a little bit. So now is a really good time as we're rolling into fall. Before we know it, October, November begins holiday season. And then, of course, before we know it, it's going to be 2017. So time goes by very quickly, and it is really important to kind of rein it in at some point so that you're feeling your best, but also so that you're not experiencing symptoms like cravings, bloating. Maybe your hormones feel really off right now because you've just had a little bit too much fun this summer. Sound familiar? Yeah, I think we can all relate to it. So here are some of the things that we talk about in Craving School, and I'm going to give you 3 quick tips from there so that you have the tools you need to get yourself right back on track. The first one is get back to some basic skills of weight loss and weight maintenance. And the one basic skill that I'm going to talk about today is tracking. Tracking is keeping track of all the foods you eat and drink, and really, really using that tracker as a learning tool. So what can you learn from a tracker? There are a gazillion things, but overall you're looking for just overall patterns of behavior. So you might notice that, every afternoon, late afternoon, you're headed to the pantry, and that's kind of where your program seems to be unraveling. So you're going to notice patterns of behavior. You're going to notice if you're eating too much, eating too little, whatever it is. You might be a macronutrient counter like I am. So whatever helps you, whatever measurements that you use to know if you're on track, that's a really, really great basic skill to get back to. That is tracking. If you're on, say hello. I see people are joining right now. So that's the first tip to get on and get right back on track after having a little bit too much summer. So we need to start tracking our food. That means writing down or using an app every single thing that you eat and drink. And you'll start to notice the patterns of behavior. Hi there. Hi, Marta. You'll notice the patterns of behavior. You'll start to notice, have I been eating too much? Even with the best of intentions, we can gain weight on healthy food. I know people don't like to believe that based on sort of, headline news, but the reality is you have to kind of keep your food intake in line. So portion control is super, super important. So that's the first quick tip to get yourself back on track after too much summer. Start tracking. The second tip is to cut the foods that you know are causing you maybe digestive issues or are kind of an issue for you just overall with your digestion, your weight, foods that you might be sensitive to. So many times, not always, but many times we have a general idea of how our body reacts to certain foods. And if you see on a consistent basis that after you, for example, drink milk, and you've been kind of indulging in, a lot of ice cream this summer, because it is summer after all, and you have a lot of bloating, it might be a good idea just to cut the ice cream for sure because you're tracking, but also cut the dairy for a little while and just get your system back to working in peak form. So that is tip number 2. So tracking, cutting foods that you might be sensitive to or are just otherwise causing you problems. The third is something we do a lot in craving school, and that is going to be to come up with some simple meal formulas that will help you create simple and well-balanced meal. And it really takes the thought out of, and the work out of food planning. So a meal formula is going to consist of a certain amount of protein at each and every meal. You're going to fill your plates with vegetables, you're going to choose a fat, and you're going to have a measured amount of starches. And that's really sort of the general idea of a food, of a meal formula. So it can apply to any meal whatsoever. I use a bunch of different meal formulas that help me sort of navigate when I'm out. It navigates when I'm making quick decisions in my own refrigerator. It's kind of the guiding force that helps me to maintain a healthy weight. So the 3 quick tips to get your body back after a little bit too much summer and kind of lose that bloat so you feel a little better is to first and foremost begin tracking. That is the most important basic skill of weight loss and weight maintenance. The second is to go ahead and cut those foods that you know that you're sensitive to, that you notice cause you an issue pretty much every time you're eating them, you're consuming them. And the third is just to come up with some simple meal formulas. And this can include some meal planning. So even if you want to sit down and say, okay, breakfast every morning for the next week, I'm just going to have some plain Greek yogurt and some fruit, and I'm good with that. And for lunch, I'm going to make a salad, and here's the components of the salad. And dinner is going to be, this basic formula. So meal formulas and meal planning can really make a big difference in getting your body back after a little bit too much summer. So I hope that was really helpful for you. I want to remind you that Craving School, the registration closes on Friday, and I hope that you will join us for the month of September as we move forward as a group and kind of dig a little deeper into foods that might be causing you some issues and behaviors that are causing you some issues. And we're going to do a lot of learning and a lot of supporting at Craving School in September. So once I jump off here, please go ahead to the website, stacyportugal.com, and scroll down and click on Craving School or any of the coaching options and see what might work for you. You can always contact me at any time. You can get hold of me through the site. So I hope to see all of you in Craving School, And wishing you a great Thursday. Don't forget, registration ends tomorrow on Friday. Have a great day, everyone. I hope those tips helped you.